Hi, I'm Mark, and this is Mark's Issues with Archie Comics. This week I'm going to go over my mail call. I'm not going to do an unboxing because I don't do unboxings. I live down here in southern Florida, and we have very sporadic weather. So as soon as I get a package, I open it up to make sure it's okay. And to start us out, I have a facsimile of Jughead number 78. This is a variant cover by Dan Parent. And if it looks familiar to you, that's because it's an homage cover. And it's an homage cover to Little Lotta. This is Little Lotta 110, I believe. Yes, Little Lotta 110. This one's from 1971. I got both of these in the mail today. And they're really quite cool. Tell you a story on this one. This one came in a manila envelope. No bag, no board, no cardboard in the envelope to help strengthen it. They didn't even write, "Please do not bend" on the envelope. And my mail carrier is a Spawn of the Devil, so I'm really surprised this got here in one piece. The next book I have here is also Jughead number 78 facsimile, but this is the Jughead Eat Out comic book magazine variant by Daniel Parent. Now this trade dress was used on another Jughead book back in the 70s. Currently I don't have that book, or I can't find the book, so I may have it. I remember having it at one time, but sometimes things disappear somehow. But it's the same interior, it's just a different cover on the front of the book. Still a really cool cover though. And now we're getting into some really goodies. To start it out, I've got an Archie number 76. This came out in September, October of 1955. And it's really cool. Let me see if I can clear it up. And Veronica says, "Something wrong, Archie?" And Archie says, "I've been reading it's not healthy to kiss, so I've decided to stop." And Veronica goes, "Stop kissing?" He says, "No, stop reading." Smack, and he gives her a kiss. The cover artist on this isn't accredited, but the books before it and after it were done by Bob Montana, and I have a feeling it was a Bob Montana. If not, it was from the House of Montana, which were the artists that Archie had in-house that drew exactly like him. Now the second one I have here is Archie number 37. And this is from March, April of 1949. And I love the classic Golden Age, because look how different the characters look. I mean, look at Jughead, look at Archie, look at Veronica. She doesn't even look like a high school student. She looks like she's in her 30s. Really cool book. Stories in here are mostly Archie. There was a Betty and Veronica, I believe. And but it was mostly Archie gang, from what I remember. I just read it quickly. So you got Betty, Veronica, Archie, and Jughead, the four mains. And the last one I have here, I think, is one of the best, so I saved it for last. This is Laugh Comics number 22. And this is done by, takes me a minute to get names, so let me try it the first try. Al Fagley. Yes, I got it right the first try. He is the artist on this. Let me get it out of the glare of that picture. This one came out in spring of 47. And what's interesting is Laugh Comics didn't become Laugh Comics until issue 20. So this is kind of like issue 3 of Laugh Comics. Before then, I think it was called Top Notch Laugh Comics. But it's a really cool book. Super nice. I'd say it's a 3, maybe a 3.5. But look at the Archie. Look how different he looks back then. the Archie, where is it? Here in the circle. Really cool. I love getting Golden Age books. And that's my second oldest Archie. My oldest Archie is a Susie book. Now in this book, because it's Laugh, it has a little bit of everybody. There's an Archie story. There's, who else is in here? There's a Susie story. There's a Katie Keene story. There's a Betty and Veronica story. And there's even a Taffy story. You don't see Taffy very often. I believe she started in Susie Comics, issue 51, 53, somewhere in there. But she was in the backup in this one. And it was kind of funny because she's getting ready for a date, and there's actually a panel where she's in her bra and her panties, and it's the ruffly, fluffily panties from back in the 40s. And I was thinking to myself, I wish these comic books could actually talk, because I wonder what people back then would see something like that, because that was risque for back in 47, probably for a kid's book especially. And what also was neat in this book is they have the puzzle pages. So someone did the crossword puzzle, and the penmanship was so nice. It doesn't bother me that it was done, because it was done so nice. And I thought that was really cool. If these things could talk and just tell you their history of who bought it, when they bought it, how much they enjoyed it, who they passed it on to, from big brother to little sister, or big sister to little brother, or cousin to cousin, or I would just love to know the stories on these books. But that's all I got in the mail for this week. So if you made it this far, if you could please like, subscribe if you're interested in what I put out, share. Any comments, please leave them below and I'll answer. I always answer every comment, at least I try to. And next week I'll be doing some variant covers I have that are coming in the mail. And Wednesday I plan on going up to my semi-local comic shop. It's about an hour and a half drive on my Vespa. And I'll be picking up Minor Threat number 2. And I'll go over issues 1 and 2 of that. And any other back issues I find, because I make a whole trip of it. I check, Marketplace and Let Go and whatnot. And I'll make stops up towards the shop. And then on the way back, I'll stop at other shops. And I'll have some more goodies to show you. But that's it. Keep reading, keep enjoying. Don't care what everyone says. Read what you enjoy. Until next week, thank you and goodbye.